Clash of the Titans if we've ever had one. You heard Gibbs say it, the last time CLOUD9 lost to a North American team, Season 4 against G2. That's not just with RLCS, that's across everything they've ever played in. Since that time, they have not lost to a North American team, and they look to keep that streak alive here.
Yeah, it just speaks to really the dynasty that these guys have created in North America. I think, you know, both Gibbs and Carpet explained it perfectly on the desk. I don't need to do any explaining, that's for sure. I mean,
you heard
CLOUD9.
Carpet talking about the team stats and how crazy they are. Let's just talk about Gimmick. With 47% shooting before this week, he was top 3 in all the per-game stats. He was absolutely monstrous. But if there's anything the G2 fans can hang their hat on right now, Gimmick was decidedly quiet earlier against EG, and Rizzo is going off this week. So keep your eye on Rizzo. Does he have a good series here? Because that might be the difference maker for G2. CLOUD9 initially on defense. Coming over the side, Rizzo now following. Here's JNaps playing this high. Kronovi looking to take a shot as well, passing it back down to JNaps. Can he make the shot in net? Passes towards Rizzo, but cleared away by Squishy. G2 will remain on offense for the moment. Here comes CLOUD9 across midfield. Good touches and bumps onto Rizzo. But intercepted by that back line of Kronovi. Gimmick back down. Kronovi airborne, following along his own touch, looking to possibly get it to JNaps here. Gets it to the corner. Rizzo and Kronovi were both retreating. Here comes Rizzo. Kronovi. Rizzo looking for goalies. Squishy plays this one away. It's just JNaps in the back in a 1v1. We'll pitch this one past Squishy Muffins, and now Torment. Following along, sends the shot, pitches it off the ground. A beautiful shot, and CLOUD9's got the lead.
Yeah, Torment just sending Rizzo the complete opposite direction. Oh, look at that shot. Rizzo jumping up. He expects there to be a pinch between the ground, but he did not expect it to be so close, paper thin.
Beautiful placement. CLOUD9 from their quietest player, going to take the lead here. Torment getting that first goal. Now, following along, JNaps takes it away from him. Squishy back over towards Torment. Comes Gimmick. Intercepted by Rizzo. Plays one on the backboard, Kronovi airborne, but not going to make contact. Now it's JNaps. Past one. See Kronovi into the corner. 2 players in the corner here for CLOUD9. Torment will get a solid contact. It's bumped by Rizzo, just to slow down his rotation. Now back out, the defense is all amuck from G2, but Gimmick can't respond in time. Definitely wasn't anticipating that sort of mistake to happen. And we'll stay at just a 1-goal game. It's Gimmick. Back towards the corner, Rizzo. Pick up boost. Onto the wall. JNaps hanging back in net. JNaps rocking the dot rush. The new decals here. Gimmick now. Up high. He'll be off the wall. Torment sending this towards the goal. Squishy's lurking behind to possibly clean it up. He doesn't even need him. Torment reads it himself. And where was the defense from G2?
Right, and we see actually Torment, he just evades a bump from JNaps. JNaps knew exactly where that ball was going. And I think maybe he might have called that out, calmed in teammates. Either way, that defense, not really challenging enough, but great job there from Torment to dodge that bump. That was everything.
So it had quite the flashy plays on offense earlier today. Struggling a bit on the defense here, game number 1. Squishy past 1. Looking to carry it back to Torment and just rolls it onto the post. Are you kidding me? A hat trick for Torment in game 1 before halftime.
Before halftime is crazy, honestly. A really good pass there from Squishy. He actually got that ball just far enough off the wall that for any goalie to challenge it, they would need momentum. And we saw that goalie just, you know, cheat out just a little bit.
Very precise player Torment is. Uses considerably less boost than the rest of his teammates, which is common of third men. But he is quite a precise player. Now, 3 goals, and is he gonna get a 4th? We had classics last game get 5.
He's coming for that
up to
spot.
4. What is happening?
He is coming for that 5-goal spot. This is just painful, honestly, right there for G2 to go through with that, because you see the challenge coming, but when you're that close together to the other team, you would never expect that to be able to work out and get the bounce there for the shot.
Jams to flick over 1, give it the play to the corner. And No immediate real positioning from G2. Squishy down the field. Kronovi will get the save, but now Torment airborne again. He's out of boost. He's not going to be able to make a second touch, and Rizzo clears it away. For CLOUD9, their offensive damage has been done. They just need to burn the clock, and there's 2 minutes left in this game. JNAP's up. Back of the pass to Rizzo. The defense holds on. Can he bump Kronovi in? No, the touch doesn't go into the goal, and Squishy sends it away. G2 struggling on offense right now.
Right, but a great shot from JNAPS.
And it's off the post and away. So close. You could not come closer to scoring and still miss.
That was just a wonderful turn there from Kronovi. He recognized that there was going to be an opportunity to just come up off the wall and challenge that play.
Is this one in? Nope. Rizzo's touch goes away again. Pressure staying on for G2 here. This is definitely an improvement, keeping the ball in CLOUD9 territory, but they've got to get the shots on target. So many touches that are going off of posts. And their first offensive push started with a brilliant defensive save from CLOUD9 on what was a good pass. And here, this one from JNAPS, does this go down? No, it is wide. Kronovi puts it back in. And I love seeing G2 realizing they're down by 4 and just sending everybody, needing to be aggressive. There's no reason to hang back right now. You've already lost the game effectively. The only way you possibly win is to put on some ridiculous offense. So they're putting the pressure on here, but a whole nother minute gone. Now in the final minute of the game, yet to get on the board.
Yeah, G2. It's also super important to remember, they have the 7th least shots going for them of the whole league. And that means that they're not taking a lot of opportunities. To be able to come back from this 4-goal lead, it takes everything. They need to send everything they've got.
Have been being aggressive, but just no goals to show for it yet. And the moments when they really could have scored, their shot placement was wide. Now with 17 seconds remaining, CLOUD9 finally getting the ball back into the orange, and that will just be the end of game 1 here. CLOUD9 continuing the pressure, continuing the domination we've seen against everybody else they've competed against in the RLCS here in Season 5, and they'll get a clean shutout victory. Can JNAPS make it not a shutout? Possibly? No, this one's, you know, he's got control.
You don't know that.
We'll
Give
watch.
the guy a chance.
We'll watch. Let's see. No. Bit. Kronovi, possibly.
Can they help him?
Alive. They're having a good time. Give Torment a 5th goal. No, this one going all the way down. And ball game. There we go. Finally, the shutout for CLOUD9 in game 4. What a performance. Torment doing all the scoring.
Yeah, today's just a day for records, really. Torment. He also has hit his career best in goals, not just classics. He's broken his from 2 to 4, and as a 3rd man, to really ever be able to hit 4 goals. Wow!
I wouldn't be surprised if 6 shots is also his career record. This man, that was impressive display of skill. And we talked about, you know, a bit of a bone to pick with Gibbs saying that CLOUD9, they haven't been competing against the best teams. You know, like they've played 4 of the 7 matches they're going to play, which is half of the RLCS League play, and their stats have been incredible. And NRG has played 5 of their games, and NRG has the nice convenient fact that they don't have to play NRG, and their stats are not nearly as good as CLOUD9. So I think CLOUD9 is just a monster.
Yeah, cool. Perfectly said. I'm not trying to react to that. No, really, I think CLOUD9 has shown just how dominant they can be, and G2 really impressed me. Important thing to consider, JNAPS with only 2 shots. I don't think he was trying to shoot. I saw him noticing, like, he would just take that 3rd man role, and he would stay so far back. And once they recognize you called it out. You're like, G2, 4 goals down. They need to make a difference, and we see the only 2 shots that came from JNAPS all game long were both off the inside of the post and barely out. One of them, which was prevented from a Kronovi bump, right?
Yes.
So all I'm trying to say here is that JNAPS, he's shown that he still has the knapsack. I mean, it's filled, ready to carry it.
Well, somebody needs to pick it up and put it on their shoulders right now. G2 shut out in game number 1. They would love to get the scoring started off early here, because they need to bounce back in game 2. Squishy into the corner. Gonna be carried out of his own half. Kronovi with an interception, and JNAPS rotating around. Gimmick, what a pinch. This is going in. Oh my goodness. What is happening?
I just cannot believe the pinch.
You might call it lucky. I think that's totally calculated from Gimmick.
I mean, Gimmick right there, that's the best 50-50 he can take. Just go straight through the ball there. That's unfortunate there for the defender. Just not enough of a connection.
CLOUD9, 5-goal streak now.
They didn't need Torment.
This Gimmick has been decidedly quiet today, but those are the things they didn't need Gimmick in the last game. It was all Torment, and now Gimmick saying, hey, I'm still here. I can still keep up my 1.29 goals per game. He's the only active player in there are 3 players currently in RLCS history that have a career goals per game that's above 1. Gimmick's the only one who's still playing right now. Quite the player. Squishy past 1. Novi back out, Torment airborne. I'll drop that back. Rizzo trying to get past 1, but can't even get it out of his own half. Kronovi will have to fall back. It doesn't make contact on the wall. Gimmick gets it past Rizzo as well, and just like Swiss cheese through the defense here. No shots materializing through Cloud9 just yet, but they're just meeting G2 at the ball and beating them every single time.
They send all 3 players back. They are rotating so far back. They are forcing G2 out of their own net. G2 doing a great job controlling the midfield. Well, you know, let's see you control that midfield when you're forced to come out onto offense. They already have that 1-goal lead.
3:30 left to go. Cloud9 slowing down in the scoring department. Gimmick gets a nice save as JNaps took his second shot of the day, or second shot of this game. Now Rizzo driving this down. JNaps will put another one towards the corner, and this one from Rizzo isn't in. Finally, Kronovi breaks the scoring streak, and it's a tie game. Excellent pressure from G2.
Right, they were falling behind so early and forced to send everybody here, and that's just a wonderful touch there from Rizzo. You could see, I mean, Torment, I think that was in net. There was no way you could expect that much power to send the pass so far over the net.
Now, tie game in game 2. G2. Find a way to win here, tie up the series, and again,
what
a piece of brilliant shot from JNaps, and it's in. It's good. G2's got the lead.
I told you the knapsack was full. Just get on and fill it. Oh, what a shot here from JNaps off the crossbar, across the net from the wall. What?
Brilliance, and exactly when G2 needs it as well.
Yeah, that Cloud9 lead we were talking about. Where'd it go?
It's gone now. Kronovi into the corner. Play this one off. A bump from JNaps in the midfield as well. Kronovi going to continue this. So he can extend the play. It'll be Rizzo pass 2. Torment in the back. Back to where he's usually found on the Cloud9 rotation. Squishy pass 2. Flip into the middle. Torment now onto the backboard. Kronovi airborne. Well and early, but this one's still dropping down dangerously. Rizzo will pick it up, put it into the corner. Now Torment back pass into Squishy. Good interception from Rizzo. Good read on that pass. It'll give G2 ball control in enemy territory. Gimmick bumped onto the wall. Squishy's there as well. Clears it to the side. We're across halftime. G2 holding on to a lead for now. And after the initial crazy pinch goal from Gimmick, we've seen Cloud9 slow down in the scoring department. See if they are able to tie it up here in game 2. Kronovi looking to pass to JNaps. Torment cutting off passing lanes, gets it into the corner. Now Squishy picking up ball control. Gimmick lurking and watching. Kronovi's not off the backboard yet, and Gimmick will actually play it past Kronovi. Kronovi was not expecting that to be where the ball is going to come to, but he's able to deal with it, get it back out to midfield. And now G2 back up on offense. 1:45 left to go. Kronovi towards Rizzo. Gets it into the corner here. JNaps with the pass into the middle. Rizzo's too far away to pick it up, and Kronovi hanging back. It's the backline defense. Cloud9 takes advantage of the open space, able to move up. Squishy will look to pass here to a teammate in the middle. Gimmick waiting. Sends the shot a bit high. Nobody's on the backboard, though. JNaps comes in from the side, clears the way. Now Kronovi down the field. He's got Squishy to deal with in the back. The shot is just wide. Squishy will keep some pace on the ball. Gimmick's pass into the middle. Torment, rather. Now Gimmick moving out of net. Over the top. Here's Cloud9 beginning to build speed and momentum. Things they're good at. Squishy now down to the corner. Torment with the interception. Such pressure here from Cloud9. You think G2s have got to crack at some point, but the clears have been there over and over again. With 49 seconds remaining. JNaps pass 1, and now Kronovi down the field. Touch from JNaps across the field, and it'll be Gimmick into the corner. Pass towards Squishy. He's got Torment on the far side as well. Kronovi with a save. 30 seconds remaining. And it's all up to Cloud9. Here's Squishy on to the backboard again. And they're not, G2 is not leaving somebody on this backboard at all. And yet Cloud9 unable to double tap one yet.
Yeah, the setups here for Cloud9 just haven't been ideal to get that double touch. Also taking a lot of boost considering how far off the wall most of them are coming from.
Torment looking for Gimmick. Final 10 seconds. Squishy falls back, looking for passes as well, but he's still just kind of transitioning out, and the interception from Rizzo will put it onto the ground. G2 able to bounce back from a 4-0 obliteration in game 1 and get game 2 here pretty cleanly. Send us to game 3.
Yeah, I think they showed really what they're capable of with regards to controlling the matches. Everybody out there, all the G2 haters who just said, you know, they're overrated, they're not as great as they're cracked up to be. That is how you control a midfield. And against one of, if not the best team in North America right now. That was just so well done. They completely took out Torment out of the game, which is huge. He's usually a big part of the clears there for Cloud9. But I mean, you can see here, 75 points. He was not doing much that game. A lot of use of those sidewalls there from G2, which I think, you know, got that third man from Cloud9 out of the game.
Yeah, we didn't see Cloud9 leaving a player lurking in the walls very often. And what was interesting to me was at the end of the game, they were consistently getting the ball onto the backboard, it felt like, but they weren't using it at all. We saw Cloud9, or we saw G2 rather, engaging the ball on the rebound, coming out of net, playing it out in a way. And it seemed that Cloud9 was doing a great job getting the ball down the field, but then not having somebody in position to shoot, which is not something that they usually struggle with.
Right, I mean, Cloud9, I think one of the things that they're really struggling with is they love to spread out. I mean, they have great infield passing, but by spreading out, they give themselves space to converge, really, onto like a very quick, tight passing play. And just because of how well G2 is controlling that midfield, whoever the second man is for Cloud9, he's been struggling to find a shot. And one of the only shots we saw last game from Cloud9 was that aerial touch from so far out from Torment in the beginning of the game.
Now here in game 3, both teams with one under their belt. G2, we'll just see if they can keep their streak going. Make a streak out of it. Again, G2, the last North American team to defeat Cloud9. They'd love to make it 2 series in a row here. Down the field, Squishy in the back. It'll be Gimmick who plays it away. Squishy demolished. The Cloud9 back line. Gimmick now picking this up onto the backboard. Rizzo's there this time. Now to Kronovi, past Squishy. Rizzo keeps this one up. Kronovi looking for an interception and just solid contact here. Can they make it again? No. G2 though, all over this ball, time and time again. Another demolition, getting physical and beating Cloud9 to the ball, something very few teams have been able to do at any point.
Right, and I'm not sure if there's been a lot of lackadaisical play here coming from Cloud9 or what the deal is. They're so slow to challenge the ball. We see G2 pre-jumping almost everything, and it's helping them get to the ball faster.
3:48 left to go. G2 over the top. Now Kronovi out to JNaps on the wall. Squishy out towards Torment. He's airborne and trying to take another shot. He's done the majority of the scoring here for Cloud9 against G2. Falls in the corner, is able to get the boost steal. Pinch from Torment here. Gimmick looking for a shot, but not going to find contact. Defense was not ready for him either. A good opportunity, but no goals yet here in game 3. 3:15 on the clock. Gimmick onto the wall. 2 players on the wall there for G2. They knew what was going on. Now Rizzo in the middle. Takes a shot towards the net. Squishy zoned heavily, and Rizzo will just slam it home. G2's up.
Yeah, Rizzo here, he actually broadcasts where he's going to put this ball. You look at it from Squishy's perspective, he actually backs up into that net. He, by proxy, also avoids a JNaps demo, but that backing up was too much. He needed to jump, get off of that ground to be able to reposition himself.
That's why the zone is important. JNaps, just his presence, making it difficult for Squishy to play. And now look at the redirect from JNaps off the backboard. Beautiful placement, 2-0 G2. Right
here, and immediately off of the kickoff, look how far out Kronovi came from his own net. He lurked perfectly, just so perfectly, not all the way back in there, but enough that he can be at the middle of the field if it's going to impact the play.
Game 2 was the 3rd game Cloud9 has dropped all season. They have not been losing games at all. And if G2 were able to win in game 3 here, this would be their first series with a game 5. Were they able to make it there if Cloud9 were to win? But if G2 were to win, they'd also have match point here and possibly be able to give Cloud9 their first defeat in Season 5. And all the stats, all the pressure in the world, all the amazing performances for Torment in Game 1 don't matter if you can't recreate it 2 more times. Just across halftime is G2 with the lead. JNaps makes solid contact, puts it into the blue corner, and now following his own touch, won't make contact there. Squishy to follow, get it past 1. Cloud9 trying to come back into Game 3, yet to score. It's Torment playing this high. Gimmick not going to make contact. JNaps now looking for the goal. Squishy over to the side.
Look how fast G2's challenging them. Every time Cloud9 tries to get someone behind the ball and bring the ball out from the defense, but G2 are all over this.
1:40 left to go. G2 holding on to a lead. Cloud9 still looking for their first goal in Game 3. And needing it more and more as the time expires. That first goal becomes important, as you need time afterwards to score the equalizer. There's a pass, Squishy airborne. He'll follow along. Tries to drop it down, but not going to find it. Now Torment trying to get it away. Here's JNaps off the wall. No contact. Demolished for his efforts. Cloud9 starting to get involved in the demo game. Squishy going to look to see if he can connect with Gimmick. Torment dropping this one down. Squishy going to try and make a shot, but it won't happen. Final minute of Game 3. G2 still up by 2.
Yeah, G2 not giving Cloud9 any space. There's just no chance for them to even set up a play. The second they control that ball, there's somebody from G2 lurking nearby.
Squishy, get it past 1. Able to get it past 2 as well. JNaps in the back with the high touch. Torment not sure how to read this, and he'll follow it along. It allows Kronovi to move up, and he gets it past him. Nice bait there from Torment. Now with 34 seconds left into the corner, it's down to Torment. So look to set up his teammates here. And they're running out of time to possibly ever get a win here in Game 3. They would love to be able to equalize and send it to overtime. Squishy with a shot, and it does go in. No shutout here in Game 3. 20 seconds left, there's still a chance.
Yes, Squishy, what a rifle of a shot. Look at this. Oh, right into that top corner. The one place unsavable, and showing even with one opportunity, they have a shot.
20 seconds left. G2 still with the lead. Can they hold on to it, or will Cloud9 be able to get back? Torment over to Gimmick. This one going through. What a read from JNaps. He just saw Gimmick and said, no, there's no one in the back. Cool, I'm scoring.
This, obviously, it's so intentional. You can see after the first touch there off the ceiling, JNaps goes up that right away, punishing how slow Cloud9 has been with just distributing the ball.
11 seconds left. Looks like G2 gonna not only give them their 3rd game, but also their 4th here. 2 back-to-back. Cloud9, they had lost 2 games this season before the series, and now they've lost 4.
Oh, and just put in some salt into the wounds there. JNaps, this has been crazy to see Cloud9 being put into a position where they're the ones who need to come up with an answer. And usually, I mean, Cloud9, players who are mechanically so gifted that, you know, it's never really been a thought before, like, what if they can't come up with an answer?
What do we need to do here? Yes, you mentioned it last game. You had Torment with the donut shop, and then here, only 1 assist. His only stat. No shots did he get credit for, no saves.
Yeah, and I don't want to, you know, say, like, oh, Torment's not doing anything, whatever. I mean, he's a 3rd man, typically. Like, he's just going to have lower stats overall. But it's just been the way he's been isolated from the play, like completely removed. And I think a part of that is typically you'll see Cloud9, they'll try and hand the ball off to one of their teammates to go for a dribble, and they'll always try to stay actually completely spread out, but behind whoever has the ball. They give themselves the opportunity that if somebody loses the ball, we have somebody to go back and be able to deal with that. It just hasn't worked out for them. They haven't been able to control the ball because G2 is just challenging them nonstop and pre-jumping a lot of the passes.
It did feel to me that this was the first time in a long time that I've seen G2, or I've seen any team beat Cloud9 to the ball consistently, where the 50-50s, the challenges were not just almost a guarantee in Cloud9's favor. The only times we were seeing people really score on Cloud9 is when they were able to get the ball, you know, out into open space where they weren't being challenged. And here, the thing that Cloud9's been able to rely on, not there for them. them. And what do they need to change up? For the first time in a long time, the question is, what does CLOUD9 need to do differently here against G2?
Yeah, really, it's going to be difficult for them. I think they do have the space to be able to make these plays happen. They need to just start getting the ball rolling more often, stop freezing it as much. They're giving dead time where they're not moving the ball, where G2 can come in.
Game 4. With G2 with the victory. In Game 3, they have match point here. If they're able to get a win, they will give CLOUD9 their first defeat in Season 5. They will also be the back-to-back only North American team to beat CLOUD9.
So much on the line.
4:30 left to go. G2's already pressuring again. Rizzo up on the wall. Gimmick sends it away. Kronovi first to the ball. Rolls it high. Torment will pick this one up, sends it towards the goal, and JNaps plays it back to the corner. Squishy up, does not make contact. JNaps now holding on to this one. Squishy looking for the demolition. He'll find it. This Gimmick tries to play it away. More demolitions as well as Gimmick gets demolished. And Kronovi looking across the field for Rizzo. Intercepted by CLOUD9 and turned around. This one from Torment from midfield. It looked like possible there was a chance that Kronovi could get up in time, but he says not today. With 3:56 left to go, CLOUD9's got the lead.
Yeah, really well done there from Gimmick to put that straight off the ceiling, get that ball as fast as possible down to Torment. But Kronovi, he turns at that last second, expecting to be able to challenge that ball. That's his biggest mistake. He's too far out. He's in no man's land.
Not able to get there. G2 now down by 1. See how they're able to respond. Will we be going to Game 5? 3:43 on the clock. Squishy trying to get it past Rizzo, who's able to put it all the way into the blue box again. More pressure from G2 to pass outwards. Kronovi airborne. Gimmick will pinch it down. JNaps up, sends the shot towards the goal. Gimmick with a save, but the pressure's still on. Now G2 not quite able to make contact there. You see it back out of midfield, but quick transitions. Look at them rotating in midfield, putting it back. JNaps miss in the corner will buy CLOUD9 a little bit of breathing room, but then more misses at the midfield. That who knows who has ball control. It'll be Squishy who comes out with it in the end, trying to make it, hoping he can fake out Rizzo, but it won't happen. Rizzo makes the defensive stop.
Yeah, actually a big play there from Rizzo. Not only was he out of position there, he had to prevent a double commit going at the same time as Kronovi.
Rizzo, someone who's oftentimes struggled on defense, making the play when it mattered most there for G2. 2:50 left on the clock. Approaching halftime, and G2 yet to score in Game 4. Up high, nice demolition on the goalie. Does this go in? No, nobody's there, and it'll get away. This should be a breakaway opportunity. Kronovi down the field. This shot is wide. Does he have the follow-up? No. The follow-up from Rizzo as well will be wide. Now Gimmick able to get it back down, looking for a counter attack. This one will finally kind of stabilize for a moment. JNaps gets it past 1. Again, past halftime now. G2 had their best chance to score. Shot went wide. Another one here from Squishy. Past Rizzo. This time it's in 2-0 for CLOUD9.
Yeah, this here is such a clean first touch there. He lands it, immediately goes up for that ball, but if that ball had not bounced right in front of them, dude, such a good job just keeping it in perfect position for him to follow it up on.
2:13 on the clock. 2-0 for CLOUD9. Game 4. It's Gimmick. Into the corner. Squishy will look to connect with Torment. Back towards Squishy. There's all the players rotating through this corner, it feels like. Rizzo and JNaps. And we'll wrap that around. Squishy gets it away. Novi shot towards net. Torment will look to possibly connect with his teammate airborne upfield. It's Gimmick with the shot. Brilliant placement, but the savior medal for Rizzo on the back end. The player we told you to watch at the beginning of the game, and he's been making all the difference here in Game 4, keeping it possible for G2, but they've yet to score.
Yeah, this is the second incredible save here coming from Rizzo, but the offense, like you said, it's just not here. They've been struggling to really pull CLOUD9 out of their goal.
Rizzo on the wall, past Gimmick. Squishy on the far side, being challenged by Kronovi. Challenge won by Kronovi here. Pass back into the box. Torment puts it back into the corner. Read by JNaps. Squishy trying to reposition. Again, can only get it as far as the corner. And now Rizzo with the challenge. So much speed on this ball. Final minute down by 2. They need a goal quickly, and this one's straight onto Squishy. He plays it all the way back down. Torment with a redirect, and Rizzo gets it away at the last second, continuing to keep his defensive streak going. Novi will be able to get past Torment with 45 seconds remaining. Needs to find a teammate in the middle. It's JNaps who's up. They're able to pinch it underneath. Rizzo looking for an opportunity, but doesn't like the fact that Torment's on that backboard. Bumped on the rotation. Torment should be able to finish this off, and he does. 3-0 Cloud9.
Yeah, Torment here firing back all the way. Bring it all the way from his own back wall. There's just not a challenge there for him. And you'd expect there to be better, but like somebody, you have to throw anyone.
Rizzo was
getting bumped, right?
Gets bumped out of the way. JNaps tries to get in the way, but there's so much momentum there behind Torment. He's able just to bulldoze straight through. With 30 seconds remaining, Cloud9 looking like they're going to be going to their first Game 5 of Season 5. Have to put it all on the line in one 5-minute period. Novi over to the side, with 17 seconds remaining. Anything to help get the momentum back on their side would be nice here in the final 12 seconds. G2 will have to be able to get down the field to get a goal. You got to be hurting there. Novi got to be thinking about that one shot he missed. Saying that was a chance where we really had to come back into this game. It didn't happen. How can they tighten up this accuracy moving into Game 5?
I mean, we talk about staying calm under pressure, just saying one more game. That's Krnovi for you. He's the one player that is probably least affected by a loss in Rocket League as a whole.
You want to talk about players that have experience pushing through a bad season. Like, very few
Talk
people.
about multiple bad seasons. That's Krnovi. He's used to losing.
And to have pressure, have people expecting you to play well, to play poorly, and then to keep going.
I'm not trying to fire shots when I say he's used to losing. I mean, he legitimately had a couple bad seasons. And, I mean, what I'm trying to say is he's the one who's most prepared for a situation like this. Coming into Game 5 against Cloud9, your biggest rival, to prevent you from getting into the top 2 and guarantee your qualification to LAN. G2 really needs to figure out, what was working for them and what changed there in Game 4 that caused it all to go awry.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how they approach Game 5 here. You know that they'll have their mental wits about them, especially as a roster that's been together as long as these guys have as well. There's very few personal issues, I feel like, on the G2 lineup. These guys are very, very tight. And what a performance from Cloud9. Their 2 games that they've won have both been shutouts here, 3-0 and 4-0 respectively. So how does G2 deal with that? I think one of the big things, maybe score first.
Yeah, I think G2 does a really good job at controlling that midfield. Less skilled when it comes to really just forcing goals. And that's not, again, not trying to take shots by any means, but it's just their strength is controlling the midfield. And Cloud9, I think objectively, is just a better team at defending. It's imperative that G2 gets his first goal.
G2 versus Cloud9, Game 5. They said as much on the desk that it would go the full distance, and it's been quite a thrilling series so far here on Champions Field. Krnovi's got his name on this field in one place already. He'd love to get it twice. Everyone else looking for their first here. 4:39 left to go, and Cloud9 trying to get that first goal. JNaps snatches it away. Krnovi past one. Now Rizzo airborne in the corner. Squishy's up. Gets it back out. Has to follow this one along. Gets it past JNaps as well. And it's just Krnovi looking to buy time. You see Rizzo rotating on the far side. Can he get there in time? He does! Torment's not able to make the shot because of the interference. And G2 will keep us scoreless here. Give it now. Slowing this down. Past JNaps. Krnovi's got the interception. Taking it away. Squishy now. Following along. Players on top of each other, Krnovi and Rizzo. They look for the pass towards JNaps, but he wasn't ready for it. Now he's just in the back looking to buy time. Gets it over the side. Squishy's shot goes in, rolls off the crossbar and down. Cloud9's got the lead.
Yeah, you can just see all of this boost starvation, all this control here from Cloud9 amounting into this goal here for them. It became a struggle for G2. They couldn't challenge the ball. It was moving too far away from the net. Somebody they're needing to be able to get some boost and make a play.
3:35 left to go. Cloud9 scoring first in the first minute as well. Now back up on offense. Torment Mimic. Pressuring. Krnovi past one. Following his own touch, able to connect with JNaps. All the way to the blue corner. Gimmick's touch gives it right back out to Rizzo. He'll try to hold on to this, pops it high. Now Torment airborne. Rotations weren't quite there for G2. They were not able to keep this pressure on, but Torment with a miss. Kronovi looked to pass to Rizzo, intercepted by Squishy. Now JNAPS back down to Kronovi. Backward shot. It's just lofted and slow. Back and forth right now in the ball control game. Rizzo gonna look to see if he can get Gimmick. Just goes for the demolition. What a brilliant play from Rizzo. He says, I don't need to touch the ball. I just need there to not be a goalie.
This kill shot.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, what a shot there from Rizzo. You see the defender. He's expecting Rizzo to go for the fake. He sees Rizzo slowly just creep forward there. And credit to Rizzo for delaying the attempted demo, not really showing what exactly he was going for. Oh, it just made it that much more difficult to read.
Utter brilliance. I am so happy right now. Just beaming with a smile. That was so cool. What a play from Rizzo. And for Cloud9 to get the victory here, they won't be able to get a shutout again. They're going to have to compete against a G2 who is scoring. We've got a tie game in game 5. 2:39 left to go. Rizzo passed one. They'll look to connect with Kronovi. Drops this one down to JNAPS instead. Got it lofty. Kronovi looking for Squishy's touch. Hoping he can get this one away. It's past JNAPS on the wall, but there's Kronovi. Back out to JNAPS. Looking for the pass into Rizzo. Can he get it past Torment? No. Torment puts on so much pressure that Rizzo plays it back into his own half. Now picking up boost, past one. He's Squishy out. Gimmick off of the G2 backboard. Won't make contact. Kronovi laying it back down. Looking for the lead here in game 5. The shot from JNAPS is good, and G2's got what they need.
JNAPS, what? Look at this beautiful shot here, lurking so carefully. Kronovi, he comes in for that bump, but what a placement that was to put that into the top corner. There is no chance any other defender can see that, and it also becomes a much easier bump there for Kronovi.
Is it possible? Can G2 do it 2 seasons in a row? JNAPS tries to get it away. Kronovi down. Gimmick, the shot, upper corner. Not in just yet. Torment rotating around to play it off the wall. All of his teammates had already trying to take the shot. This one goes in. What happened?
Kronovi! Oh, when it matters most, a huge mistake. This ball touch off for Torment here. You see Kronovi, he goes up expecting that to hit the corner of his car. Oh, that's just heartbreak. If you could capture in a moment right there.
It only causes the tie game, though. With 1:48 left to go, it's still anyone's ball game. And again, I don't think it'll affect a player like Kronovi. 1:40 left to go. Cloud9. And they put the domination on. They finally put the nail in the coffin of what has been this G2 team has been such a thorn in their side here since the beginning. JNAPS gets the save. No lead just yet for Cloud9. Now Torment up 2 defenders in the air. Gimmick and Squishy just lurking, hoping for an opportunity. Here comes Squishy. Shot towards net, defended by Rizzo. He keeps it away. He's having the defensive series of his life. And it could not come against a better team. 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining, and it's still tied up here in game 5. Gimmick airborne. JNAPS plays it away.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Can't get it through Torment. Set the ball control, and just Kronovi in front of him here. Tries to pitch it on the wall, and it's still lurking above the goal. JNAPS back away. 50 seconds remaining. Gimmick tries to rotate around. Can't get back on the ground as Kronovi just kept playing into the ball. He's holding on to this. Gets it up to Rizzo. Slows down, allows Kronovi to take it from him. And they cannot win a 50-50 right now against Cloud9. They have to get this out of their half, or the pressure eventually they'll crack. Back into the middle, here comes Squishy, just holding on to ball control, playing smart, knowing that the pressure's on G2. Try to get this in front of the goal. Kronovi now following it. Can't get it past Torment. Rizzo airborne down the field. JNAPS tries to follow, but Squishy is there. 16 seconds remaining. Rizzo on the backboard. Same time as Kronovi. Gimmick's touch only goes out to midfield. Here comes Squishy. Back into the corner one more time as the final countdown of regulation occurs. Back into the middle. Rizzo in the corner, alone with the ball is Gimmick. Gets it back out. Torment tries to take a shot, but it's taken away. Overtime, game 5.
Cloud9 there, you could see the adaptations, just opting to give up on the dribbles and challenge them closer to the wall. That's where G2 keeps giving up that ball.
Now Gimmick gets it past Rizzo. Pass 2, it's just Kronovi in the back. He'll play it into the corner. Another shot here from Cloud9. JNAPS plays it away. But they're keeping this in the corner, and it's just like it was at the end of regulation, keeping this pressure on deep in Kronovi territory. G2 struggling to get it away. Kronovi now with a loft. It's Gimmick in the back. He'll play it back down. Squishy in the corner. Picking this up, Kronovi airborne. Dropping it back down. Moving up. Able to get it through one. Pass out to Rizzo. Small ball onto the wall. JNaps able to drop it back. Kronovi in, created the pressure that drew Squishy out, and now Squishy plays it underneath Torment. Rizzo put it into the corner, but all of G2 had fallen back. The mistakes from CLOUD9 won't hurt them. G2's back to the drawing board, trying to get this one out of their half. Got it back to midfield. Now Rizzo airborne. Can he make the shot to win the game? No, Squishy takes it away, and what a game we've got. Kronovi back out. The shot from JNaps. Does it go in? It does! What? Gimmick was airborne, but it didn't matter. And G2, 2 seasons in a row, give CLOUD9 the loss.
They've waited so long to take their shots, waiting for their moment. JNaps, what power to be able to get that past 2 defenders as well. A perfect shot.